Freeze Frame has uttered the catchphrase endemic to all ice-themed superheroes, and if this were a TV show, it feels like there should be a scene skip or something. Instead, however, a brightly colored attack helicopter is now hovering impotently in the night sky. Lowry, you're getting reports from the Fortress Bridge that the Coast Guard would like to know how you expect them to coordinate with this. And the bridge won't repeat the exact phrasing, but it can be surmised the Coast Guard is calling your judgment into question. Aboard the cargo ship, Gwei is facing you, Elvis. He lowers his wrists out to you and says, "How shall you like me apprehended? My body is somewhat overlarge, but I will wait while you struggle with the handcuffs, if you prefer."
Forget that. Flux, did you know about this?
The fortress? No. Well, I had assumed that we were going to carry through with our original plans.
Says Gwei. We're not sure of a plan. I see. So I am under arrest, but the details are yet to be determined?
Go and grab Flux by the collar. You've been coordinating with Freeze Frame. Did you help him rebuild that thing? Is that what you've been in the office doing?
No.
Lightshow drops the illusion. Gwei says, "There's more of them now. Have you people just been standing in the corner this whole time?" Lightshow says, "Kimon, we need to get Howard and Mercury before they find a place to hide."
Flux, get us to their room.
All right. You're still under arrest, Captain Gwei. Don't go anywhere.
You teleport down lower, to outside the bathroom where you last saw Howard and Mercury. Kimon, with your super hearing, you can hear Mercury talking to Howard in their room.
"Hurry! We have to get to the lower decks and steal ourselves away before the authorities find us."
Howard replies, "You have to leave me, sir. I'm going to throw up in our hiding place and they'll find us."
Run down to the room and throw it open. Well.
Come on!
Mercury was leaning over the bed, trying to pull Howard up. But when you throw open the door, he quickly pulls himself to full height and throws his cape out, striking a dramatic pose.
Get away from Howard! He's just a boy, you creep!
What?
He's too young for you, you fiend!
What are you insinuating?
Is this not what it looks like?
What does it look like?
He looks at Howard.
Kick my sandal at him.
Your sandal strikes Mercury square in the face, but his body reflexively liquefies. He absorbs the blow, splattering silver before quickly reforming back into his human shape.
"Oh, very clever. Very clever indeed, Kimon. Throw me off my game and disrupt my gravitas, will you?"
Look, buddy, I'm the one who should be angry. Now my foot's cold.
"Your whole body will be cold when I'm done with you."
Mercury unfolds into a sheet of liquid metal and rushes at you, threatening to engulf your body. And because I know it's important to you, you take note that when he fully transforms, the full volume of his body becomes liquid mercury. That does imply quite a bit of weight is about to flatten you. But before Mercury can land, an illusory door appears in Mercury's way. When hit, the door doesn't give all at once. It sort of crumples up like cardboard, but then tries to pull itself back into place against Mercury. "Get back!" Lightshow yells.
Step back so that Elvis and Lightshow are behind me. Leave the other end of the hallway open so Mercury can escape. Elvis, get him with the trap ball!
What?
Elvis, you find yourself inside an illusion, blinding you. Lightshow lets the struggling Mercury into the hallway, but he creates an illusion of Flux reaching for a trap ball on his belt. The thing was fake technology that was only real through Lightshow's powers all along, and it looks real enough now. Mercury pauses to glance at the three of you, then turns and slips away in the other direction in an evasive serpentine.
What are you guys doing?
Let him go!
This is insane. You have to at least try.
We have no way to fight that. The only thing keeping us alive is him believing that we could catch him if he didn't escape.
But you didn't even try to stop him.
Because it's hundreds of pounds of toxic metal. Not a one of us would live. Thank you for the quick thinking, Lightshow, by the way.
Yeah, sorry I pushed us down here without a plan. That almost went really bad.
Well, at least stand aside and let me deal with Howard. I push Kimon aside and go into the room.
What are you talking about?
I go to help Howard out of the bed. Are you okay?
Howard gets up and then he clocks you with an elbow.
Okay, I go limp to the floor.
"Stay back!" Howard yells.
Oh my God.
Howard seems pretty unsteady, and he's a little green. It looks like he really wants you to not be here right now, but he knows that's not going to happen.
Please tell me you hit him hard enough to kill him this time.
I don't know.
Is Flux still alive?
Yeah, he's kind of moving his limbs around a little bit. Flux doesn't seem to have any idea where he is right now, though.
Howard, I had so many hopes for you as my son. You could just give me this one thing. He is right there by your feet, and you could just stomp on it.
Lightshow grabs your shoulder. That is not funny, Kimon. Howard, we're not going to hurt you. I know you're sick. The Coast Guard is here. There's nowhere to run. Just lay down on the ground. We'll even walk you to the toilet so you can throw up if you feel the need. Howard grimaces, but then, carefully, so as not to jostle himself too much, lays face first on the ground. Lightshow gets behind him and puts a set of illusory handcuffs on his wrists.
All right, you want to go get the Coast Guard and I'll stand guard?
Lightshow pulls you aside, outside the room, but still within visual distance of Howard. Terry is more or less faded out of view to everyone else, but Kimon, you can tell he's still in the room with Howard. Lightshow says, I don't think he's got a lot of fight left in him, and if I stay, I can keep up the illusion of handcuffing him. So long as he doesn't struggle, he won't know I can't actually restrain him all that much. Still, though, don't be slow. I can't even keep up with the feel and weight of the cuffs for all that long, especially after holding Mercury like that. It feels like I pulled something.
Tell you what, let me track down a cargo belt. Whether the Coast Guard is using cuffs or zip ties, neither is really good enough to hold Howard, so we need something heavy duty.
Sure, just be quick, whatever you need.
Yeah, and I go off in search of a cargo belt.
While Kimon is gone, Elvis, you come too, sort of, but you're suffering a bit of anterograde amnesia.
Lightshow,
Yeah, Flux, are you okay?
are we still on the boat?
Yeah, we're still on the boat, Flux.
Why am I on the ground?
You took a little hit to the head there.
Are we still on the boat?
Yeah, we're still on the boat.
Why am I on the ground?
Well, you find your way down into the cargo area in the lower levels, and you're able to find a cargo strap. You bring it back to the room.
Are we still on the boat?
Yeah, we're still on the boat. Kimon, I think we need to get a medical evac for Flux.
Well, yeah.
Howard asks, can you take me to the bathroom?
You take him to the little boy's room. I'll get in touch with the Coast Guard.
Lightshow helps Howard up and heads him off towards the bathroom. You get to the surface of the ship, where Lowry is still hovering and the Fortress is still screaming its jets. The Coast Guard has boarded the vessel at this point, and Captain Guay has come out to the deck to talk with them. When the Coast Guard sees you, they flag you over. The guy apparently in the lead says, Hi, Karl Jablonskevich, Coast Guard. Are you with Unstoppable Industries?
Well, the boss would be that guy up there, but I'm part of the field crew.
Kimon, right?
You can tell from the beard, I bet.
Yeah. So, we've got kind of a problem here, in that we were told to move in and help seize a vessel, but this is not an American vessel. They're presently sailing in international water, and Captain Guay here appears not to be a U.S. citizen. Also, correct me if I'm wrong, but you guys have jurisdiction local to New Jersey, Delphia. Am I correct?
Yeah, so, funny thing. Originally, the plan was to actually arrest Guay in New Jersey, Delphia, where his ship was scheduled to land again, after we'd done some surveillance to find out about a smuggling operation into the city.
Well, I really wish you'd done that, because from what I understand, you're trying to arrest a non-American crew in international waters, and you're asking us to hijack a non-American vessel.
This is starting to sound like it ain't gonna happen.
Don't you guys have lawyers that you could have called in advance before doing this?
I wasn't the one who made the call on this.
Okay, then I need you to get in touch with the guy who did make the call. And you need to help them understand that they are setting up an international incident. You arrest a guy in New Jersey, Delphia for breaking laws there? That is fine. But you arrest a foreign national flying a foreign flag while they're technically not even in the U.S.? Well, now we have to coordinate with the foreign country.
All right. Well, we do, however, have one U.S. citizen in custody who's wanted for acts of terrorism. A supercriminal known to be associated with the gang that blew up the Unstoppable corporate office.
We can take the U.S. criminal, that's allowed. Do you need us for that? It looks like you have your own resources.
Hang on, let me get on the radio with my boss.
As you head to the shipping container, you catch a look at Captain Guay over your shoulder, and you've never seen a turtle look so smug.
Go to the shipping crate, unbolt it, get Elvis's radio out of his luggage.
As you're getting the radio, your super eyes see exactly what's in there. It's his phone, the one you trusted him to throw overboard.
Of course! Of course! Of course! Lowry!
Yes, Kimon, I'm reading.
Hey, buddy, did you call Snakeman before you unilaterally took over this mission?
No. Why, let me guess. They're accusing you of poisoning Howard.
No, you complete imbecile! They're saying we don't have jurisdiction and that we're violating international law! We can't hijack this vessel or even arrest Captain Guay while he's outside U.S. waters!
What? But he ate a guy.
Yeah, and I would love to arrest him for that! It's a shame that we didn't stick to the plan that we went over in the briefing, wherein we would have done all this when he arrived back in our city, in our port, where we had the means to pull it off!
Well, if you knew this and you knew it would be a problem, it would have been nice if you'd brought it up during the brief.
Me?
As I recall, you were the lead on this.
Lowry, you! How was I to know that you're rebuilding ghosts, you cretin?
Look, I get you're upset that this mission is not going to end with the arrest that we anticipated, but let's not act like you're not excited to see the Ghost of Christmas Past up here.
Are you kidding me? The Ghost of Christmas Past was bright red and gold, and just that, long in the past. Lowry, what am I looking at right now?
Well, I guess you're right on that front. You got me again. This is more like the Ghost of Christmas Present.
No, Lowry, it's the other one.
I honestly thought that you'd be excited to see this. It's our new office building. Based on your old fortress. Is that amazing or what?
I have a lot of thoughts. But at the moment, there's an angry Coast Guard captain who thinks that I'm some sort of idiot. We have Howard. If they let us take Howard and nothing else, even that's probably going to be on the lucky side. Do you want to talk to him? Is there a plan other than what I'm seeing in front of me?
Maybe you can communicate to him that we have an implicit warrant.
It's not just about American judges. It's a problem of international maritime law, Lowry.
It's not like the U.S. is on friendly terms with the countries that Gwei is connected to.
Do you want to talk to the Coast Guard yourself or not? I do not have it in me to defend anything that you've done today. I lack the patience. I cannot grasp the rationale. I do not have the understanding.
Okay, give the guy the radio. We'll talk it out.
Kimon brings the radio to the captain, and Lowry, it's going to be a long argument. To summarize, no, he won't capture the vessel, and no, he won't arrest Gwei or his crew. Even if you get politicians involved, this sort of thing isn't something you can do on short notice, because it could be construed as an act of war. And while you have probable cause in the general sense, the information you have isn't enough for this guy or anyone to immediately put their neck out and risk being in the news for doing something rash. And most of all, something not cleared at the upper levels. If you press the issue, it's made clear that the Coast Guard would more easily place you under arrest for all this. However, they do recognize that Howard is a wanted American criminal, and they don't presently have the means to detain a super individual. So they're willing to let you take him on board the Fortress and transport Howard back to New Jersey Delphia. All considered, it is a bit of a snubbing to your usual wait and pull, but even threatening to contact congressmen and senators just leads to this guy to tell you to go ahead and do that. You're a civilian law enforcement official, not even in a jurisdiction that you belong in, trying to push around the military. And if nothing else, the guy's pride will not stand for it.
I assume I don't spend the entire argument in the freeze copter.
No, there's really no reason to burn the fuel. Once it's established that everything is under control, you can park the helicopter, and in fact you can extend a gangplank from the Fortress to the cargo ship. Kimon, Lightshow, and Flux come aboard. Howard is put in a brig inside the Fortress while Flux is taken to the infirmary. Most of this argument occurs on the bridge, which gives Kelvin MacDonald a chance to try to throw his weight around too. He points out that his company builds some of the weapons the military relies on, but the Coast Guard captain just isn't having it. He is here, he is in charge right now, and he does not like this. You could, in theory, maybe get to the president and punish this guy that way, but it's possible this captain doesn't fully understand how dangerous you or MacDonald are and that potential.
Okay, well, we don't need to get to the point where we're actively making threats on this guy, or else maybe our own infractions are going to bite us. So, in the end, I suppose we'll thank him for his cooperation and let him go.
The Coast Guard departs, and Captain Gwei continues on his voyage to Canada, presumably. Once again, the fortress is submerged, and MacDonald says, "Some people. We just about had everything we wanted, but some little nerd goes and throws around maritime law like it's not based around the most irrational suppositions anyone has come up with."
Oh, believe me, Mr. MacDonald, law enforcement as a profession is full of needless restrictions on the kind of things you can do, even when you know that you need to do them and the answers are staring you in the face.
You have to let Captain Gwei go, 'cause, well, sure, he's an international spy, probably a terrorist, but what if he's Mary Poppins or Mr. Rogers? We have to suppose that all he's here to do is spread fairy dust and love until he breaks the laws in just the right way.
I have to admit, I was really looking forward to rubbing that arrest in Jack Springley's face. Like, look here, we got this guy that you could never catch.
In a different world, we'd have got a Coast Guard captain who could tell his head from his butthole.
Sadly, that's not our world today.
Kimon, nobody has come to debrief you on anything so far, and at this point you were shown to a room aboard the Fortress and then left there with Lightshow and Terry. For what little you've seen, the layout is familiar, but everything else is alien. They didn't know what the interior necessarily looked like and probably didn't care. For example, in the original fortress, one of the walls that you walked down had been painted with a tiger stalking a field of fire. It wasn't your idea to get that painted, but it was a cool idea, and it kept one of your more artistically inclined henchmen busy for days. That same hallway now was covered in light blue paneling. There used to be a slightly concerning mechanical click that you could hear in the old vessel, but that's not there either. For that matter, your fortress had quite a lot more occupants, while this one only has a skeletal crew at present. They even changed the alarm to announce a submersion event to an electronic, harmonic tone, like a whale. When the vessel goes under, you can hear the steel groaning under the pressure. It's not a rounded shape, so it never was well suited to dive terribly deep. Eventually, Lightshow says, "So this is the Demon's Fortress?"
No, it's not.
It looks just like the pictures.
It's not the same. Except that when we built the fortress, it was a death trap. It was supposed to do everything, so it wasn't good at anything that we built it to do. In hindsight, if the bird strike hadn't crashed it, it would have had some catastrophic event at sea, or a stabilization engine would have been blown and we might not have had enough training to handle it. I just got too far into the idea and then it was too far to back out.
That's not exactly reassuring.
This is why evil always loses, you know? It builds itself its own prison of foolishness and then it dies.
Yeah, well, let's just hope that rule catches up to Mercury before it catches up to us.